Hello and welcome to Living with Mary J. So glad that you're here with me today. We're going to have a powerful show full of information that you can use. The information that we're sharing today will help you be a better person in so many ways. So stay right there where you are. I'll be right back. Hello and welcome back. Today we're talking about making a better you. Now there's different ways in which you can make a better you. But today we're going to talk about exercising. And the reason that I'm bringing this up is that, remember, this is Living with Mary J. So we're talking about things that are happening in my life, things that I want to tell you about that will they're making me better. And hopefully through this, when we talk about it, can make you better. So we're talking about exercise because I found myself exercising a little bit more the past month or two, and I've always exercised. My form of exercise is walking, and I love walking, and sometimes I'll walk maybe about 15 to 30 minutes a day, and then sometimes I'll increase it, and of course walking is good. Now a lot of people think that, they'll say, well, I don't want to exercise, and I don't want to say that's okay, because there's different forms of exercising, okay? So let's talk about that. As long as you have some type of movement, then that may be considered exercise. Now I want to go ahead and put this disclaimer out. And of course, I'm always doing that. I have to let you know that I'm not a doctor. And of course, what I'm saying, you just kind of pick out the points that you can use. And if there's something questionable, then of course, I guess with all things, go back and talk to your doctor about it. I want to say, of course, I did it. Before you start any form of exercise, always talk to your doctor. And the reason I'm smiling about that is a typical statement on everything. If you buy some exercise equipment, there's always this little reading that'll say, words that'll say, make sure you consult with your doctor before starting any exercise. And this is no exception to what I'm talking to you about. You have to. And there's a reason why you have to do that. First of all of us are different. I'm different than, I guess I'll pull my brothers out. Instead of my husband, I'm always using him as an example. But I'll use some of my younger brothers. They are more fit than I am. They exercise every day. They're always in the gym playing basketball. They go to the Y. They probably can run about 3 miles a day just consistently without falling out. I, on the other hand, I don't think I could run 3 minutes without falling out. Well, I will fall out after 3 minutes. So, of course, if I'm going to start any type of exercise program, I will talk to my doctor because your doctor and my doctor, the doctor can tell you how strenuous the exercise should be and pretty much guide you on how long you should exercise. Speaking of doctors, when I had this well checkup, that's what they call it when nothing's wrong. You just go for a well checkup. I went for my well checkup, and my doctor and we talked about my health. And she said that, and my numbers were not all kind of numbers. If you go to the doctor, you know what I mean. So there were some numbers that she said that I could benefit from a little exercise. And I said, okay, well, what type of exercise? And she says, well, just walking in this case would be good for you. I wouldn't suggest anything strenuous. So I was like, okay. So I took her up on this walking thing. And even though I said I've been walking for years, I just took this time, instead of walking, I realized that when I was walking in the past, it was more leisurely. I was going through the neighborhood, waving at neighbors, stopping to greet neighbors, pet the dogs. It was walking, but just leisurely, not really with the purpose of exercising. So you may want to ask, you may be asking, well, what exactly is exercise? We kind of think in our minds what exercise is, but exercise, I would say my definition of exercise is anything that requires some type of physical effort, a little bit more than usual. That may work. So that's what we're going to use here on the show. So you're exercising and you're putting forth a little bit more physical effort than usual, okay? And so that's exercise. Now exercising has with exercise you will gain a whole lot of benefits. And of course, there's a lot of advantages to it. Now, I said that I've been exercising for, with a serious state of mind, okay, exercising, within the past 2 months, let's say 2 months. And I've seen some differences. And a lot of people think immediately when you start exercising, you're doing it to lose weight. That's just one of the factors, and I need you to keep that in mind. That's one of the factors. People are always thinking, oh, so you're exercising now, you want to lose weight. And truth be told, most people do. That's when they really decide that they want to exercise to lose weight. Yes, I agree, but there's some other factors. First of all, you just feel, one of the main benefits is that you feel better about yourself. Because when you're exercising, it just, I can just tell you from my experience, it just makes you feel better inside. You have a whole lot of energy. You just feel accomplished in that way, so it makes you feel better. And on the other hand, it also makes you look better. I'm hoping I'm looking a little bit better than I did maybe 2 months ago, because when you're walking or when you're doing any type of exercise, actually it creates this type of physical, I don't know the words exactly, but you start looking better. I know your skin starts looking better, for instance, and also it helps with all type of digestive situations because you're just moving around. And moving has to be good for you. I remember when my dad told me, and of course he's 81 now, he said that when he retired that he always had to just keep working. I mean, this is what he said, and of course it's true, and I've seen a lot of senior people that believe in this, that when, and even your doctor can back me up on this statement, that when you become idle, when you just don't move around, you just kind of get stiff, you just, things just kind of go downhill in a way. And I don't want to scare people. You can do, I'm not telling you to do a whole bunch of strenuous exercises. They can be very light. If you can just, you know, maybe just go in the kitchen and pick up a ketchup bottle or whatever it takes and just kind of lift it back and forth. Or if you're sitting in front of the television, you know, just lift your legs just a little bit. But you just have to exercise because it'll make you feel better and it'll make you look better. Whenever, as I said, when I start exercising, people immediately will start saying, oh, you look a little bit better, you look different. And I can spot that on other people when they're exercising. So exercise is a good thing, okay? So make sure that you do that. The other thing that exercise, another advantage of exercising is that it helps with you, the clarity of your understanding is a little bit more clear. Because when you're exercising, reports show that it helps with thinking because you're receiving your blood pressure in a good way. And your oxygen levels go up in your bodies. And that helps with the clarity in your brain, so you're able to think a whole lot better. Because, you know, sometimes we get this little fog. We can't remember things. We're like, I know we get fog sometimes because of other things. You could be tired or old age or just aging. People say, oh, I can't remember anything. So, but besides the normal things, exercise can help with the clarity of thinking because, like I said, with that blood going through your body just a little bit harder or a little bit faster, and also that increased oxygen will help you think a little bit clearer. Now, I remember when that was always things that I just couldn't recall on things. I just couldn't just like, I would just be in the middle of a conversation and I would say to myself, what was I talking about? And if that's ever happened to you, then maybe you should try exercising. And I want to say this really quickly. When my mother was diagnosed with cancer and it had moved up to her brain, of course her doctor had suggested that she read more. And that would be some form of exercise on her brain to help her recount new things, as also just to rejuvenate thoughts that she already had. And so that's what we would do daily with her for a long period of time. So with that in mind, that really reinforces what I was saying. Now, going back to what I was saying about doctors, in this case, I brought it up to you that my mother's doctor suggested that she exercise her brain more. And then that brings us up to what doctors are saying about exercises. Doctors are saying that exercise is it's the most preventative type of medicine that there is. And they're using this, the term exercise is a preventative medicine that there is. And if you listen to what I'm saying, it's saying preventative medicines. Now, we think that medicine will help anything. And of course, we do get different medicines for a lot of different things, from headaches to high blood pressure, to a sugar level being high, to all types of other things, maybe arthritis that you're experiencing. There's all types of medical situations that people are dealing with. But if they're saying preventative medicines, exercise can help. I mean, it's just really beneficial that if you just listen to that, that medicine, exercise can actually help. That's a really strong statement there. Now, also, one of the advantages of exercise is that exercise can help you sleep better. If you're one of the people, and there's so many people, there's millions of people that have a problem going to sleep at night or sleep when you should be sleeping. We know that a lot of people have different work shifts and they have to sleep at different times. But basically, if you're having a problem going to sleep, I can tell you from experience, when I exercise, and I pretty much will get up in the morning and exercise, but when I do, I mean, I am waiting. I normally go to bed, well, I normally go to bed late. I have a really off schedule when it goes to sleeping. But for the most part, when I exercise, my body is like really just ready to go to sleep. It's really good in reducing stress and that type of thing. So it just makes your body relax and you're ready to go to sleep. Matter of fact, the National Sleep Association, they have stated that from their tests that exercise will actually help you go to sleep. And I'm proof of that because I'm just really tired. Now you may ask, okay, well, I'm saying exercise will make you tired. And then you're thinking, well, when should I exercise? And we're going to go back to maybe talk about a couple more advantages of exercise. And I am jumping back and forth. I'm a little bit sorry about that. I hope I'm not confusing you. I'm just really excited about this exercising because I'm finding out that it's really helping me and I want it to help you. Now, I stated that I exercise in the morning. And actually, they're saying, meaning the people who have studied exercise, doctors are saying that you should exercise maybe in the morning or mid-afternoon, not at night. But because of the energy that it may give you, you may find yourself not able to go to sleep, even though I told you that it helps you go to sleep. So you have to kind of sort through that thought, because if you exercise at night, remember I told you about how it raises your blood pressure in a good way, raising your blood pressure and giving you all of this oxygen, okay, and helping your metabolism, go a little bit faster. Then you don't want that at nighttime when you're supposed to go to sleep. If you've exercised in the morning or afternoon, then your body's already dealing with the exercise you had earlier. And then you're a little bit more, I don't want to say tired, but you're ready to go to bed. You're ready to rest. And so the exercise is helping you rest a whole lot better. So it's good in that sense, okay? Now, the other good thing about it is that exercise will help you lower all types of diseases. And I'm saying all, because that's what I've read and studied. If you go back to what I said, the doctor said that exercise is the most important drug to help you, preventative drug for all types of diseases. It is. People who are experiencing all types of aches and pains and diseases are encouraged to exercise. I can just think of all the different cases of people that I know in my life that have been ill or dealing with some type of illness or some type of medical condition. They've always been told to exercise because it's just good for you. Even when you have something as, I would say that something that kind of limits your mobility, such as arthritis, doctors are always telling their patients to go and exercise. But remember what I said, you always need to consult with your doctor, and your doctor can tell you how much exercise you should or you should not have. But it does benefit you because it helps with your different medical conditions. I know when you have blood pressure, I've had people tell me that their points on their blood pressure has been lowered because, lots of points have dropped because they've walked. And it's not instant. Guys, please don't think that it's instant. It takes some time. You're just gonna, don't expect if you go walk, as I was saying, maybe a month or two is what I've been increasing my walking. What I'm saying increasing is I'm walking with a purpose now. I'm not leisurely walking. I'm walking a little bit faster. I'm moving my hands and that type of thing. It's just been a month or two. I haven't seen my numbers go down just yet. But my doctor was saying, and I believe her because I've talked to different people, that it has helped. My sister was saying the other day, and she was just talking to me. I was telling her what I was doing. I called her one morning. We were talking, and she says, what'd you do earlier? And I was telling her I went for a walk. And she said, oh, you know, that's good for you. And I just asked her, I said, well, what do you know about that? What do you know about walking? She says, well, you know, I've been walking for years. And it's kept my blood pressure really, you know, with eating right. And we'll discuss eating right in another show. But she was saying with eating right and walking, it has really lowered my blood pressure. Matter of fact, I mean, I'm just saying this, guys. She told me that she had come off her blood pressure medicine. Now, I'm not saying that for you to stop taking your blood pressure medicine once you start walking. Please consult with your doctor. It's very important. But I'm just letting you know how important it is for you to walk and the benefits that you may experience from walking, that it can help you with different medical conditions. Also, walking can help you, it can help take away stress. I know for me, when I'm walking, and that's my form of exercise that I choose, it helps take away all of this stress, the stress of the day that I'm dealing with. Because I'm out walking, I'm able to think and meditate on other things and the things that were stressing me. If my children were stressing me earlier, or if there was something going on that was still on my mind, when I'm walking, that's my time to just think about me and myself and I. And so I'm no longer stressed. And I know, for instance, when I'm walking also, if I'm stressed about something, I may start, you know, thinking it over. Trying to get a solution of why this thing is bothering me. So in distressing, it kind of, when you're walking, for instance, or exercising, it can help take your mind away from it, because you can start dealing with the situation and come up with a solution. And so therefore, it's calming you down. It's de-stressing you, the exercising. Okay, so there's lots of advantages of exercising. Now, you may wonder, where can I exercise? How can I exercise? I don't have enough time to exercise. If you can find at least 5 minutes a day, we'll start with 5 minutes a day. That would be a good thing. Now, most doctors would say if you just exercise at least 10 minutes. Now, depending on your condition or what you're dealing with, they may want to increase that, but at least 10 minutes a day of some type of physical activity where your heart rate is, you know, I don't want to go into that about your heart rate, because that normally people are trying to lose weight, then they're the ones who want to get their heart rate up a little bit higher. But if you're just exercising for all of the other benefits that I talked about, then that would be good for you too. So we're not going to worry about increasing your heart rate right now, okay? So you may be wondering, well, we've talked about the different times that you can exercise at least 5 to 10 minutes a day, and then it'll increase upon your personal needs or your personal decision, what you decided how much you want to put into it, okay? So not a lot at first. Just go very slowly. And I advise that go very slowly, because one time I went to this aerobics class. I was like, I saw the ladies like all dressed in their little outfits, and they were so cute, and they were ready to go. The instructor put the music on, and she was like, let's go, okay? And this was my first time in the class, and I used to be an athlete, I thought. And I started taking that class, and I started, you know, the music was on, and I started moving, and she was like, move left to right, let's step to the left, let's step to the right, move here, move there, and let's stretch. And boy, I was stretching, and I was moving. And by the end of the day, I had just caught this little pain in my muscle, and it was so sore. And it was more than sore, it hurt very badly. And actually, from that instance, it kind of put me on, I would say, the back burner, because I had hurt myself and I was out of commission, out of work, far as exercising for almost half a year, because I had pulled something just that quickly. So I wasn't prepared. I just kind of jumped into it. So what I'm telling you this story from experience, you've got to make sure that you're ready to exercise, do your stretches, Consult with your doctor. Don't just jump into it and go as hard as those people have been exercising for a long period of time. Those women probably, I mean, they look like experienced people. I wasn't that experienced, but I got right in there with them, and then I end up hurting myself. So you need to make sure that you move along very slowly at that on whatever you decide to do. Now, the other thing I want to talk to you about is you may be wondering, well, where can I exercise? Because a lot of us may live in different situations, an apartment, or you may be living with someone. I don't know what your situation is. You may be asking, well, how can I exercise and where? I would say start at your home. That's a very good place. Start with where you live. And it could just, if you just have one little bedroom, you can always get on the floor or sit on the edge of the bed if you have a chair and just do some leg lifts, or get down on the floor and do the leg lifts on the floor. I do recall way back when I was a teenager, I was really concerned about my shape back then and my weight. I would just exercise in my room. I would put the types of exercise that I wanted to do. I remember, and I kind of advised this, and I said one day, I'm going to go back to this because it was a really good plan. I had this little exercise plan. I wrote it on a poster board, and I put it on the back of my door, and I would close the door. My room wasn't that big, and it had exactly how many push-ups or how many leg lifts, how many sit-ups I wanted to do, that type of thing, and I would do it every night. And so I would exercise right in my own room. I didn't have a gym membership. And so that's what I want to talk about. If you're able to afford a gym membership, then get a gym membership. There are some insurance plans that actually will offer a free gym membership. So you might need to check with your gym, your insurance companies. So the gym would be a good place to start to exercise too as well. And with finding that, you got to make sure you find the right gym. Make sure that your gym is not too far from you, that you can constantly go there on a regular basis. One time I got a gym membership and it was far from me. It was like 30 minutes away. It was, you're probably like, why did she choose a gym 30 minutes away? I did it because it was like one of the newest gyms. They had all of this equipment in there. They offered all these classes. They had a swimming pool, a basketball court, a racquetball court. They had different types of classes in there. You could go in there and sauna. I mean, it was really, really neat. And so I became a member of this gym, and I wouldn't go as often. I just ended up paying high gym fees. So I was really defeated in that sense. So make sure if you decided to join a gym, that it's a gym that you can actually commit to going there regularly rather than just paying the fees, okay? And so the other thing is that you can exercise outside your home. If you live in there's a lot of nice communities that have sidewalks. You can exercise on the sidewalks or right in your front yard. So exercising where really shouldn't be a problem if you just really think about where where you can exercise. I see, just driving to work sometimes. I see a lot of people walking on the sidewalks and skating or doing whatever they want, whatever physical exercise they decide to do. You just find that location. And you can do that. You can take up skating, for instance, and then you can just go to the skating rink and skate, or go to the bowling rink. So there's many different places that you exercise. You just have to be creative. And if you're having a problem just being motivated by yourself, then have an exercise buddy. That's always worked with a lot of people. I've heard them say, oh, I've got an exercise buddy. I was mentioning to you about my sister. She has been walking for a long time, and she has an exercise buddy. And they, call each other in the morning or at night. What time are you going to get up? Is what they ask each other. I'll meet you at the court, or I'll meet you at such and such location. And then they walk, and then they motivate each other, and they encourage each other. So that's a good thing. Today I was in the grocery store, and I saw two ladies come in together, and they were exercise buddies. Now, some people need the exercise buddies and some people don't. Now, me on the other hand, I really like to just, as I said, I use exercise as a distressor. So when I'm exercising, I like to walk by myself. I like to exercise by myself. When I go to the gym, sometimes my kids like to go. And I know I've told you I love to spend time with my kids. I do. But when I'm exercising, I told them, please just give mommy her space, and I'll keep an eye on you, what you're doing. So I'd still just like to just have my space because it helps me de-stress. Now, let's just go ahead and recount. Now, I've told you that exercise is a wonderful activity for you. It has lots of different advantages. But first of all, keep in mind, I'm going to say it again, consult with your doctor first. I do not want you to hurt yourself. I gave you the example of how I hurt myself in this aerobics class. You do not want to hurt yourself. And you don't want to, because you can just have bad effects on that. You may decide, I'm not going to exercise anymore. It's not for me, because you've hurt yourself. So do not do that. Talk with your doctor, and you know your body, even probably more so than your doctor. You know what you can do, what you can't do. So one of the advantages of exercise is this. Let's just go ahead and just recount. Is first of all, it'll help you feel better about yourself. Okay, you'll get more confidence. And we all could use a little bit more confidence, can't we? Right? So it'd be good with that. And the other thing is that it can help prevent different types of diseases, such as, I mentioned, high blood pressure, diabetes, and even, I said, prevent it. So that's what doctors are saying is one of those preventive drugs. But even if you do get some type of disease, it can help moderate those or lower your numbers, or just help in that situation that the symptoms aren't as bad as they could be. Then the other thing is that it can help your body weight be very in that healthy status, and that's what we want. And then it can help you feel better, it can help you sleep better, and last but not least, exercise can help you live longer. Okay? Studies have shown that when you start exercising, that people live a whole lot longer than if you did not exercise. So the benefits are there. It's very, very, it's just staring us in our face. We're seeing people on the street, in the gym, in our homes, exercising. So if you're not exercising, I encourage you to start exercising. Maybe just a little bit at a time. Don't just start all out, gun-ho about it. Start a little bit at a time. Do some type of physical activity. I said that when you exercise your brain, that's good for you. Yeah, that's good. But actually, when you physically do something other than that, then it helps also, it's linked to exercising your brain. So that's good too. So we want to lift our hands, we want to lift our feet, we want to move. We want to move and we want to get healthier, because healthier is good for you. And then there's this other thing about exercise. Okay, we've got finally, I said finally, is that it can help you lose weight, right? And then also you can live longer. And one other thing for those couples, exercise also can help with intimate relations, because it gives you a little bit more energy, and it also improves there. So it's very good to exercise, even though you may be thinking, well, being intimate is exercise in itself. But it actually helps things within the body get prepared to be intimate. So that's all I'm going to say about that, guys. It's been really wonderful talking to you about exercise, and I'm a believer in it. I'm telling you, I'm exercising myself, and I've never felt better. And I wish I will lose some weight with this exercising, but just the way that I'm feeling is like, whoa, it's really good. I want you to feel like I feel. It's good. You should try it. I encourage everyone to try it, okay? All right, so it's been a wonderful show today. I'm so glad that you're here. I'm hoping that something that I said will help you. Remember, I'm Mary J, and I'm just living this life.